This is the 4th consecutive year that UBC and Uvic have met in this cup final, with all 3 of the last times going to the Vikes. An offload out the back there by Pip Blado. Graydon Bowd going into contact early on here. Lots of speedsters with high talent on both of these teams. Here's Fergus Hall as a player in support on this inside. Theo Souter up for the challenge, and a big hit there by Souter. You know these two teams are eagerly awaiting this competition, so there's going to be some big hits here in this game. Here's Bowd, has Bradley on the outside, taken down by Coe. A lot of well-known names in the Canadian rugby landscape on both sides. Here's Pip Blado to Ollie Knott, recently capped for Canada in the America's Rugby Championship. Still on his feet, finally brought down.
The ruck's formed there, but Asmus referee lets it play on.
Brought down once again there by Souter with help from Pip Blado, just outside their own 22. But a penalty in favor of UBC.
Well, against the flow of play, Chris Asmus has said the cleanout was high, and he's also marched some 10 meters, presumably for some chat after the fact. So a good defensive stance from UBC. Credit to Jordan Sandover-Best in a covering role there. As Fergus Hall had broken through the line, he worked hard back, the man on the ball right now, and made a key intervention in defense.
Keep your eye out on the far side of the field with the head taped up. That's Sean Duke, Canada's all-time leading try scorer on the HSBC World Series, as he makes a tackle there on Bowd. Dr. Duke, of course, attending medical school over in Vancouver, was a long-time player for the Uvic Vikes as well.
Yeah, the man with the head tape, he's one of Canada's great sevens players. Some questions about possible back injury. We'll see about his fitness. He's obviously not in his regular training regime as he would be with the national team. Good pressure there from Luke Bradley, a current member of the national team, coming off his line and forcing the knock-on by UBC.
Scrum. Good push here from the Vikes. Pip Blado finds Bowd to Hall. Here's McMullen, was leading point scorer after day 1 in the pool stages. Pip Blado can't find Knott. That one rolling forward. Bradley scoops it up. Taken down there by Duke. Possession all in favor of Uvic so far. Chip forward now from Bowd. Who's going to get their hands on it? And that's Sandover-Best. And he does well to scoop this one back up. Here's Coe. Has Souter with him. They're going to want to get the ball into the hands of Souter. He is one of their speedsters. Here's Coe to Souter. 2 players on the outside here. Now let's see what Sean Duke can do. Up for the challenge there is Ollie Knott. Both teams just sort of spinning the ball sideline to sideline here. Here's Best, wrapped up by Hall. Souter stepping, cutting back on the inside. Good cross-cover tackle there coming in from Luke Bradley. Souter, nowhere to go. Lots of support here for both these teams being based on the West Coast. Uvic just giving UBC nowhere to run. Ball going to ground. Has to be picked up clean there by Duke. Just going backwards here. This is great stuff on defense from the Vikes. Souter slowing things up. Stop taking his time. Cutting back. Tackled well there by Hall. Andrew Coe has to dive on that ball. Sloppy play in the last minute or so by UBC. And the Vikes are rewarded with a penalty, not releasing.
Exactly that. Reward for big tackles. Big patience in defense. And now they're on attack immediately.
Pip Blado just slowing things down. Driving forward, good run up there by his Lorimer. Here's Knott, trying to drive his way towards the line. 6-7 meters out now.
And the UBC player not releasing the tackler. Penalty against UBC.
Taken quickly there by Pip Blado. Bradley driving forward. What a tackle there by Sandover-Best. That is a huge size difference, and he just stopped Bradley dead in his tracks.
Well, that's the nature of the man, but very poor decision from Luke Bradley. 3-on-2 on his left, and he tried to use his power. So there's not much in this, and already there's some tired bodies out there. There's a shank from UBC kicking into this wind.
Yeah, Gareth, you will note that the wind is coming quite hard from the left on your screen to the right-hand side. Otherwise, beautiful conditions here at the Canadian Rugby Center of Excellence in Westhills Stadium. This is the Men's Cup Final. UBC in the dark black, blue, and yellow against the yellow and blue of the Uvic Vikes.
Some 7 specialists in Theo Souter and Andrew Coe, both featuring for the Maple Leafs in Vancouver last week. That's the development team. But they want to find some space. They've had none so far.
Here's Souter cutting back, finding a bit of room. And this is a good burst of speed. Can anyone stop Theo Souter? He looks a little bit tired as he gets brought down inside the 22. Stopped there by Lorimer. That is a fantastic defensive play there by the Vikes, stopping their speedster, Theo Souter. Here's McMullen. Ball is spilled forward there off the Vikes. Both these teams looking for the first score of this game. Less than a minute and a half to go, so we'll have a knock-on from Uvic, so a scrum down UBC ball. So great pace there from Souter, but the Vikes up to the challenge.
Normally Theo Souter finishes those, but John Lorimer showed patience, showed determination, not only corralled him into forcing an extra pass, but then gathered the spilled ball. This game is on a knife edge, Brian. There's some serious, after 5-6 minutes of play, still 0-0.
Not often in the game of sevens we have this many talented athletes on the field. Are you going near the first half? Whistle, still scoreless.
Oh, missed tackle.
And a missed tackle. This could be our first score, just 1 meter out from the try line now. Here's Sandover Best. Into the hands of Souter. Advantage. And Theo Souter touching down for the first try for UBC from the original break.
Well, that's the tired legs. Just a missed tackle, one-on-one situation for Uvic. Maybe Fergus Hall just got caught in a bit too much space. As you said, too much talent. Any missed assignments here will be costly. And Sandover Best trying to turn 5 into 7. And he does that.
So UBC striking first, up 7-0 as we hear the halftime whistle go right there. So we'll have time for one more play.
And worth noting, Chris Asmus, our referee today, national panel referee who has joined the HSBC World Series circuit, has had his first 2 events and did well in Vancouver last week. So he will also be going to Hong Kong after this. So the best on the field and refereeing at the moment.
Free kick awarded to the Vikes. Difficult wind making things difficult for the kicker. Sorry, Gareth.
Yeah, that needs to go 10 meters across that white line in the air, and it hasn't. So Uvic will have a chance. Set up with a set move. And I've got to say, both these sides look a little heavy of foot. It is a little bit chilly here just after 5:30 p.m. on the West Coast.
Here's Pip Blado to Bowd. Out the back there, Lorimer. Here's Bowd again. 2 players with him. Keffer makes that tackle. Bradley once again on on Sandover Best. Sandover Best up for the challenge, but not releasing is the call. Here's opportunity for the Vikes. McMullen. Working the ball at the back to Lorimer. Souter can't quite bring him down, but the ball is spilled forward.
Sandover Best has the option to kick it off the field with the lead, but they're going to keep attacking.
Duke. And that ball going to ground off the boot of Elias Ergus. So a pretty fast-paced start here for these two sides. Only the 1 score from Theo Souter. And I'm proud to be joined now by the head coach of Canada's men's sevens team, Mr. Damien McGrath. Damien, what do you think about the weekend, and what do you think about this cup final going on right now?
I think these have been the 2 best teams over the weekend, and it's a close fought affair, and the results definitely in the balance.
What have you seen throughout the entire weekend? These are sides from all across the country. They're young, up-and-coming athletes. How have you enjoyed the skill on Showcase?
It's impressed me far beyond what I was expecting. I know some of the teams haven't been outside to finish their practice off, so the quality of some of the rugby has been outstanding.
What did you think about last weekend's HSBC Canada Sevens? Pretty incredible atmosphere and a pretty incredible event.
I think it surpassed itself. I didn't think it was possible to beat 2016, but 2017 certainly took it onto a new level. And if it gets better than that, then it should be some event next year.
As the head coach of our men's sevens program, you're seeing a lot of young players on this team for Canada and a lot of young players coming up through the ranks here. What are some of the skills you as a coach are really targeting?
Well, the ability to catch and pass. It's amazing how many people ignore it and look for people who can run faster and who are big and strong. The quality players on shore here and the ones who were on shore last weekend at the very top level can do the little things consistently well. And those are the players who can do those things. That's what I'm looking for.
Well, thank you very much, Damien. Appreciate it. I'll let you get back out and watch the rest of this second half. This is Uvic against UBC in the Cup final of our University Sevens.
Well, I wonder what Coach McGraw's halftime talk would have been to these teams. Both Doug Tate for Uvic and Pat Fleck will have some interesting words. UBC in the ascendancy at the moment.
Sandover Best finds Souter. Here's Duke. Haven't really had a whole lot of space for the Canadian speedster. Here's Keffer into the midfield at his own 40-meter line. The ball is spilled forward. Here's Bradley driving forward, the big body. Here's Bowd, wrapped up by Duke. Ollie Knott. Lorimer. On the offload. This could be the first try for the Vikes. Brought down. Great tackle there. That is a try saver by Andrew Coe. That is superb defense.
Yeah, he didn't quit on it, and he got the feet in touch. So it was a close run affair, but the referee right on it, and the assistant official missed opportunities there. But good work from Lorimer, and the loop around from Ollie Knott. Ollie Knott, the back row forward.
Andrew Coe, captain of Canada's under-20 team last season. Big things ahead for that young man.
And just off out of your shot there, Luke Bradley, the man from Port Alberni, about 3 hours north of here, injured on the previous play. He had a tough first half himself, one of the current national team squad members, and it's worth mentioning Nathan Hirayama and all sorts of national team players who were at Uvic Products, as well as Harry Jones, his teammate who's a UBC man. So these programs have done their share of heavy lifting for the national team programs.
6 minutes to go. UBC up 7-0. Good try-saving tackle there from Andrew Coe, but UBC are pinned deep inside their own half. But it's won by Ollie Knott. Here's Bowd. He'll go himself, driving forward into the hands of McMullen, and we will have our first score for the Vikes. That is Aiden McMullen, member of Canada's centralized program, getting the Vikes on the board.
In the end, he got a good bounce. Bowd looked like he may be in, but he decided to ship it. Graydon Bowd, of course, fresh off 15s caps down in the ARC championship. So he's swapping back and forth between 15s and 7s. Ball went out, and a crucial conversion to come for Bowd himself. Lines it up, the big stiff wind right in his face. He struck it. It's high enough, but it's pushed to the right.
So the Uvic Vikes trailing by 2 points here, 5 minutes to go. We'll see if that conversion attempt comes back into favor.
I think there's some substitutes on the field.
Wind picking up quite heavily here in the favor of UBC.
Strange kick.
Here's Souter trying to get around Knott. Big hit coming in from Ollie Knott, forcing the ball into contact. Going quickly as Lorimer. Bowd. Good burst of speed. Finally brought down at the 22 now. Needs a bit of support. Referee Chris Asmus says play on. Ollie Knott trying to get around Keffer. Brought down on that far touchline. This is good play from both these sides. Here's McMullen to Bowd. To Pip Blado. Luke Bradley taking on Souter. Good offload. Coe is there to stop him, though. Manar Kalkman. First tackle for him. Here's Lorimer. He's got two players on the outside. See if we can get an offload, but it's brought down just inside the 22. Fergus Hall cleaning the ball out. Bradley. Little stutter step into the hands of Bowd. Here's McMullen with a burst of speed. Can he get to the outside? Pip Blado gets around Souter. Finally brought down. Still on his feet, and a penalty awarded to UBC. Much against what the Uvic fans are saying. Here's Souter. Were they back 10? Theo Souter trying to find his man on the inside. This is Coe. Andrew Coe. Does he have the pace to go the whole way? McMullen is on him, but Andrew Coe touching down in the corner. Second try for the Thunderbirds.
Well, fantastic response from the Thunderbirds with their two-star players, Sauter and Coe. But you got to go right back to the interpretation. Referee Chris Asmus penalizing James Pip Blado for not releasing the ball, saying he was held in the tackle. I'm sure Coach Doug Tate would like to see that again. And at this level of sevens against the run of play, a call like that, it's very hard to regroup. And with Sauter and Coe, they punish Uvic.
Huge conversion attempt here. Sandover Best not up for the challenge. He slices it on his inside of his boots. A 2.5 to go. Just a 7-point game. I've watched these last few finals between Uvic and UBC, and I think most of them have been come from behind victories for the Vikes. So we are set for 2 minutes of exciting rugby here between these two BC rivals. Here's Souter. High hanging restart. Under it is Knott. Wrapped up well there by Culkin. Here's Keffer. Picks that ball up clean. 15 meters out from the try line now. Uvic scrambling in defense. Fraser Hurst trying to find Souter over the top as he spills into touch.
Well, uncharacteristically, Sandover Best taking the high-risk option. It probably would have finished it at this stage, but what it's done by not going to hand gives Uvic a lifeline. The Vikings have a chance to win this line-out.
We're getting down to crunch time now. About 1.5 minutes to go in this game. Uvic deep inside their own territory. They'll need to secure the possession as they've done from Ollie Knott. Here's Pip Blado to Bowd.
Uvic, of course, down by 7.
Keffer trying to wrap up Bowd. A little bit of support there from Coe. And a penalty awarded to UBC right in front of the sticks. They could push this over in this game. Here's Sean Duke. And there you have it. Canada's all-time try leader on the HSBC World Series, Sean Duke, touching down with 1 minute to go.
Well, great to see him in full flight again. It wasn't a great deal of work here, as again, the call against the run of play from Asmus, very questionable as there was support over the ball. Trying not to wear my Uvic alumni hat here,
I was just going to say.
2 very big calls that have effectively cost the Vikings their championship for the 5th year in a row. But credit UBC, great finishing, and Sean Duke doesn't need 2 invitations from 20 meters out.
And the conversion attempt is successful from Sandover Best. Score 19-5. And this one is being run away with by the UBC Thunderbirds.
You got to give Pat Fleck, the coach of UBC, and his team credit. Very well-organized defense, not giving Uvic the space they're used to, they've had in this tournament thus far.
Here's Fergus Hall trying to get something going here. Here's Cappy Vitaki. He's got plenty of speed, fresh on the pitch. He's brought down at the halfway, keeps going. And there you have it. The UBC Thunderbirds are 2017 National University Champions for the first time, despite being in their 5th Cup competition. Congratulations to this team, this program, for defeating their arch rivals from the University of Victoria.
Yeah, deserved winners here. They took their chances well. Probably a little bit more shape as a sevens team. And if you don't think it means a lot to these student athletes, that's been a few years coming for UBC.